Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome back to the Glow Pilates Studio channel. I'm Julia, and thanks for joining me for this 20-minute foam roller release for your spine and shoulders. All that we need for today's class is a mat and a foam roller. Any size will do just fine. I suggest using a smooth and dense roller, but use whatever you feel works best for you. When you feel ready to begin, place your shoulder blades on your roller. Keep your knees bent and hips on the floor as you arch back. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Focus on opening your throat, widening your elbows, actively reaching the top of your head towards the floor. Try to soften the muscles in contact with the roller as much as you can at the moment. Take a nice deep breath here, and with your exhale, curl your upper body forward, chin to chest, elbows forward, and give your neck a gentle pull. Inhale, arch back, open the throat, open the elbows. Exhale, curl your upper body forward, and find your back of the neck stretch. Let's repeat this sequence a couple more times, mobilizing your upper spine and finding length behind your neck. Be ready to hold your next upper body curl and take a few breaths here to gently turn your head right and then left, allowing your neck stretch to travel. Keep a gentle pull from your arms and maybe help with your arms to bring your chin closer to your chest. One more time each side. And when you're ready, come back to center. Step your feet a little bit closer to you. Take your hips off the floor to about the level of your shoulders. And begin to roll up and down, rolling out your upper back muscles. Focus on your upper shoulder blade area and feel free to roll slower or even pause and breathe if that's what you need right now. Keep rolling as you are, and let's add a tilt of your upper body towards your right hip. Shorten the right side of your waist while keeping both shoulder blades on the foam roller, and explore that rhomboid region in between your shoulder blades a little bit deeper. When you feel ready, tilt over to the left, shortening the left side of the waist. Come back to center. Lower your hips for just a moment so you can step your feet a little closer to you, and lift your hips off the floor once again. This time, maintain a little bit more of an upper body curl as you begin to roll out the lower portion of your shoulder blades. Try to put as much pressure into the roller as you can from your legs, and you're welcome to rock onto your heels to find a little more leverage from your legs. Keep rolling, and this time let's add a twist to your right. You're going to take that left shoulder off the foam roller and put more pressure onto your right lat and serratus region. When you're ready, twist on over to the other side. Right shoulder comes off the foam roller. You're entirely on your left lat region. Come back to center, lower your hips, and roll all the way onto one side of your body, shoulder resting on the foam roller. Try to find that tender pressure point just around the armpit area and close your elbows forward. Let's begin some slow side curls, bending from your waist, trying to put more pressure into the foam roller from that armpit area. Let's exhale to side curl and inhale to release. Keep going. Come back to your starting position on the foam roller and transition to some upper body twists. Try to open the top elbow like a clamshell and then close. Inhale, twist open, see the ceiling, and exhale, close. In this movement, you may find that you don't need to twist to your full range of motion to roll over some tight areas around that bottom shoulder. Pausing your twist open, gaze up towards the ceiling, and using your legs, let's add some tiny rolls up and down, massaging whatever your tightest pressure point is at the moment. Pause to close your elbows forward again, and let's repeat that same motion. Take a moment to extend your bottom arm fully, rest your head on your bottom shoulder, and let's continue to some big arm circles with your top arm. Allow your shoulders to rock forward and back so you can make your circles bigger. Try to find your deepest pec stretch and shoulder mobility as you keep going. And let's reverse your arm circles. Think of reaching to the back diagonal as much as you can, and try to keep your head heavy on your bottom shoulder. One last circle, and use this hand on the floor to push yourself up to sitting off of your foam roller. Take a moment for your bottom shoulder and we'll transition on to the other side. Let's begin by finding that same pressure point underneath your other armpit area. And when you feel ready, come into some slow side curls. Try to put more pressure into the foam roller as you exhale to your side curl and inhale to recover. Come back to your starting position and let's transition to your upper body twists. Inhale to twist open and gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale to close your elbows forward. Try to roll over any tight areas behind your bottom shoulder. Pause in your twist open and let's add some tiny rolls up and down using leverage from your legs. Close your elbows forward and repeat that same motion here. Pause to extend your bottom arm fully, rest your head on your bottom shoulder, and use your top arm to make some big circles. Try to circle as wide as you can and as close as you can to the floor, allowing your shoulders to rock forward and back. Final circle in this direction and set this hand on the floor in front of you to help you come up to sitting off of the foam roller, and take a moment for that bottom shoulder. Transition to lying on your front face down, foam roller in front of you, resting your wrists on top of the roller. Shrug your shoulders to your ears, slightly push the roller forward, and then depress the shoulders, pulling the roller slightly towards you. Inhale to shrug and elevate the shoulders. Exhale to depress the shoulders down. Let's do a few more sets, mobilizing around your shoulder blade region, keeping your elbows straight. Pause with your shoulders pressing down away from the ears. Keep your elbows straight. And begin to lift your eyes, chest, and upper body off the floor. Exhale, reverse your path with control. Inhale smoothly into your swan position, scooping the belly to the spine at the top. And exhale, articulate down through the spine. Feel free to add a shrug of the shoulders in between your sets of the swan and come up to your height as long as you can keep the shoulders away from the ears. One more repetition. Lower down and slowly sit your hips back onto your heels for child's pose, still keeping your wrists on the foam roller in front of you. Try to hang as low through your shoulders as possible as you slowly shift your hips forward off of your heels and slowly come back to sitting on your heels. Inhale, shift forward. The roller will move forward with you. And exhale, slowly sit back. Let's do one more repetition, finding the deepest arch of your chest here. And slowly sit back, round up to sitting upright. Transition to a seated pose with the foam roller behind your low back. Place one elbow on the floor behind your roller and tilt your knees in that same direction. Hover your hips off the floor and begin to roll up and down around your kidney area on your quadratus lumborum. This muscle is located closer to the spine rather than the side of your waist, so try to find how much rotation you need in this position. Let's take a couple more breaths here, moving at your own pace and range. When you're ready to switch to the other side, lower your hips to the floor, come up to sitting, readjust your roller if you need to, and place your other elbow onto the floor behind the roller. Tilt your knees in this direction, hover your hips off the floor, and begin to roll at your own pace and range. When you're ready, set your hips down, come up to sitting, and we'll transition to placing your shoulder blades back onto the foam roller. Find a spot where you feel you can arch back comfortably through the chest. Reach your arms overhead this time and extend 2 straight legs on your mat. Let's take a few breaths, softening the muscles in contact with the roller as much as possible. In this position, put some pressure down from heels into floor and begin to gently flex your feet, slightly shift up on the roller, and then point your toes, slightly shift down on the roller. Try to use this motion to add some length into your upper or mid back. Pause with your ankles pointing and feel the longest position of your spine for a couple more deep breaths. Become aware of your heavy head, heavy arms, heavy legs on the floor. And when you feel ready to come out of this position, bend your knees, step your feet on the floor, lift your hips, and gently push the roller out from underneath you. Hug your knees to your chest for a moment. Give yourself a little rock side to side. And when you feel ready, rock and roll up to sitting. Readjust your foam roller here if you need to. Roll back down to the floor for our final exercise. Scoot the roller closer to you with your heels, lift your hips, and place the roller underneath your low back. We're going to repeat the same motion in this position. Reach 2 arms overhead onto the floor, 2 straight legs out in front of you, and putting some pressure from heels into floor, begin to slowly flex your feet and then point the ankles. Feel your slight shift on the roller up and down, and feel how you're putting more length into your lumbar region. Let's do a couple more sets at your own pace and range. And when you feel ready, let's pause with your ankles pointing. Feel your longest lumbar spine position and try to keep your upper body heavy into the floor. When you feel ready to come out of this position, once again, bend your knees, step your feet on the floor, lift your hips and gently push the roller out from underneath you. Hug your knees into your chest once again and give yourself a little rock side to side to release. And when you're ready, rock and roll up to sitting. Thank you so much for joining me for this foam roller class. I hope you feel longer and more released through your shoulders and spine. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel and giving this video a like, or leave me a comment down below to let me know how you got along. Have a beautiful rest of your day.